Hello! How's it going, everybody?
It's going fantastic. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. I'm pretty good right now.
What's going on right now?
We're the Dapper Ds.
We're doing a podcast. Oh, sorry.
Why are we all going into the dumbest voices possible?
Why? What? I'm Dippy.
Hey,
I'm Dadley.
and I'm Dono.
And that's my mother.
Hey!
And she's a special guest for the first time.
Yay!
Oh.
Hi.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah. We're all big fans of
And welcome to the Dapper Ds, the only show on the internet where one of the special guests is one of the host's mother.
Okay.
Dapper Dippy, there you go.
Yeah. We're a big fan here of Dippy's mom.
So, like, just to say it before we hop into the episode proper, I've done like TikTok content with my mother ever since I was started on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first video I made with her was literally 3 years ago at this point, almost 3 years ago. So she's been off and on of my profile like a couple of times.
Yeah.
But this is her first time doing anything beyond like a video. Like, so,
Yeah.
you know, it's just
being coached through that video.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, hold
She's
that.
unhinged now.
Okay, you're right there. Yeah, she's not being directed at all.
Yeah.
It's just stream of consciousness right now.
Mhm.
So, do we have any partners or
No.
sponsors?
No, not at
It's
all.
us, okay?
We don't. It's us.
You're
It's
my
the-
Check
partners.
out our merch store.
Yeah, go
out
check out the
merch.
mixture. Now, link down below. It'll
Absolutely.
also be added into the YouTube for this. And
Oh yeah.
guys, I'm so
So-
tired.
It's the end of the
I feel
month. We're gonna get through this, Dono. It's okay.
I just gotta
So
be
it's the end
alive
of
for
the
2 more hours and then I get to go to sleep.
Of course.
2 hours, man. I'm done.
And that was our
we've
special
lost our
guest.
Yeah.
And that was it for the guest. So this is the end of the month, and you all know what that means. The end of the month means we're doing our podcast episode where we're not focusing on any one thing. We're not doing a game or a website or an activity. We're just talking about
Yeah.
stuff that's happened over the month. And
Yeah.
the most obvious thing to talk about that took place over that month was something that me and Dono just got finished doing.
Yeah.
If you haven't been paying attention for the last couple of weeks, me and Dono just completed It Takes Two, a co-op multiplayer game
Mm-hmm.
made by the same people who made A Way Out, and going through a couple who is considering divorce and their adventures through their house as tiny little toy dolls. And it was an amazing game, and I would recommend it to anybody. Dono, I know you played it before. Did you get anything new out of it now that you have played it with me?
I was able to enjoy it and like I was able to enjoy it more thoroughly and be able to pick up on things that I hadn't seen the first time. And I felt like it was a little bit more like, obviously this time I didn't play the husband, I played the wife, and the mechanics change a lot when you go between the two different characters. So it's great to be able to play twice with like the same person. You guys change up things. But
Oh, absolutely.
I noticed the shift in tone of how the game was played from the first half to the second half, and how much because during the first half I've talked to quite a few other people that have actually played it, and they're just like, yeah, I'm playing it with my girlfriend, I'm playing it with my spouse, I'm playing it with whoever, like, or my friend, and we just got through like the half way point, which is, you know, killing the elephant, which is terrible. It's dreadful. It makes you feel like like just absolute
It's a traumatic
shit
event.
person. It's a traumatic event for the player and you and the
'Cause
parents.
it's like we got to that point where they came up with the idea, like, oh, we have to get our child's tears to turn us back from dolls to people,
Which
so that we
Dadley
can
remembers.
so that we can get
Yeah.
back to that point. And then it was like, okay, so how do we go about doing that? Oh, I know. Let's destroy one of her favorite toys. That'll make her cry. That'll reverse the spell. And it's like, how tone deaf
Mm-hmm.
are these people? But also, how good, how good is that writing that they can make something that tone deaf,
and
like obvious enough that the people understand it?
Can I make a comment about like you focus so much on the parents that you get little glimpse of how the daughter is.
Oh yeah.
And it is beautiful that they made it the like correct psychological choice of what happens to children when you have parents that are like that. The child is very like sensitive to emotion. They understand, and they become very like they want to make things okay because they want an okay house, which tells a lot of like how like she's probably watched them fight a lot and just wants them to be okay and wants like their relationship to thrive, because if they're happy, she's able to be happy. And so you see that with the daughter herself, and I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it's like
The choice that's made between characters by the ending is an interesting one, and it's a good way to end the game. To end the game.
Yeah. And there is like this unspoken kind of thing that like in a relationship it is important to communicate with one another.
Oh yeah.
And it can be very hard to do that when there is a child with you. And something that happens with with these parents during this moment in the game is that they are forced to be separated from their child and have to work together to rebuild their relationship or figure out what's wrong with it and then realize that it's worth keeping. And like nothing against kids or whatnot, like kids are great and they're awesome, but it's important for parents to have like date nights, moments where you both are alone and able to reassure yourselves that, okay, this relationship is good and healthy. Like I love this person. And if you don't have those types of days, which they point on a lot in the game of just like, we haven't really had time together since you started doing this, this, and this. And just the strain that it's been giving on the relationship. It's like, well, you haven't been making efforts on doing this. Well, I don't want to not ruin your day. And so like the assumptions and stuff, it's important to have days where like either it's once a week or once a month where you are like, you just push everything off to the side and you give it to each other and it's for the relationship to strive and grow. And if you don't do that, it strains the relationship. It very like a lot, like it hurts it. That creates like cracks and stuff that have to be repaired, because it's hard to not hear from your partner and the person you love to understand where their head's at. And because us as humans, we want to fill that question. We want to have that answered. And so we may assume, and that's not a bad thing. You don't want to assume your partner's mindset, because that's just, well, it's hurtful to assume things about people. It's important to communicate and be able to continue to build with each other.
Of course. Now, Dadley was only here for the first episode.
Yes.
And so only got context for the first episode. And Mother has no experience with the game. She was not here for any of the episodes. So related to what we were just talking about, do either of y'all have anything to add about relationship stuff?
In 2 months, his father and I will be married 34 years.
Wow, congrats.
And
That's awesome.
We've known each other 3 years longer than that. So we'll have known each other 37.
Yeah, and me and my wife just last week, we are 7 years into our relationship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
We just had our 6-year anniversary of marriage, and then 7 years just last week of actually dating.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
So
But yeah, communication is key, and so is compromise.
Yes.
You're not going to get your way every time. Either one of you.
But
so you have to be willing to work together.
Another thing to remember is to encourage each other's likes and their
Which
hobbies
is what
and
2 of the chapters of the game were all about.
Mhm.
There were 2 chapters of the game talking about passion and like what's something that you individually like to do that your spouse or your partner is going to encourage for you and help you help you further. In Cody's chapter it was gardening, and in May's chapter it was singing. And like over the past couple of years, Dad has kind of grown something like that. My dad has grown something like that for making jewelry, rosaries, in ties with his faith. And it's something like the room that I used to use as like a play room is what I had, like a room where I just had toys or a TV or my couch, or I was just like, when I was growing up, I would
the
play
rec room.
in that room. Yeah, a recreation
playroom, and then it became the boy cave.
Right.
Yes.
Playroom was kind of.
How long did it take to get that stink out?
Yeah.
and then after I went to college and stuff, that room slowly became more and more of just an extra room in the house. And now it's mostly just Dad's room to build stuff in. That's not the dining room table in the middle of the main room of the house. And it's like, I don't know.
It's kind of a junky workroom.
What do you call that? Is that like a passion of his? Is that something that he's always had something for, or is it just something to?
It developed over the years because off and on, back on again now, we were Sunday school teachers at church. And he taught the high school, and as they would become seniors, he would ask them what their favorite color was, and he would make them rosaries in those colors.
A rosary sweet
as a gift. And then it just became, well, I can make rosaries for other people, or I can, so
a rosary for anyone who doesn't know.
That's weird. My dad did kind of the same thing, but with like scriptures. Like when each one of his kids turned 8, he works at a printing press, and so what he would do is he would print and not like leather bound the color of our choice when we got old enough. And so like we had, and it's personally written. I still have mine within my house, but it has like a case and everything. It's beaten and whatnot, but like I've used it and it's my personal thing, and it was a gift from my father. So
that's great.
Yeah, and so it's weird how I think that's really nice that that's kind of like a thing between dads, is to create something of your own to give to your child, whether that be like religious or something that you think that they're not going to keep for like ever. And
he made one for Jake.
Yeah.
He made one for me.
Which I don't remember where mine specifically is.
Oh no!
Just say that. He knows exactly where it is.
Dippy, in my defense, I don't know where mine scriptures are, but I know I have them in my house, and they're probably up somewhere safe. But my problem is that I have ADHD, and if it's out of sight, out of mind. So,
yeah, just circling back.
Oh,
yeah.
Not knowing anything about this game you're talking about.
Yes.
Are the things they go through as what, they're toys?
They're little toy dolls.
Yes.
Are the things they go through as toys kind of metaphorical for what they went through or are going through in their marriage?
Heavily.
Yeah.
Very heavily.
Point, right?
Yeah.
It's you know how I think within like the first bit, it's very much of look what you did, look what I did. And one of them is like within the first chapter, you go through something that Cody did wrong and then something that May did wrong, and you're both fixing them. So the husband and mother, they both fix something within the husband and wife. Why did I say husband? I'm bad at words.
Mother and father.
Mother and father, husband and wife. The partners, each partner has gone through and like made a mistake where they both either fixed it or helped each other get through it. And now the thing about the game is that you have to help each other to succeed. You cannot play
the
by
end
yourself.
Game does not come unless you help each other.
Yeah.
Like there is no backing away from it and like continuing to be dolls forever and just giving it up like that. You don't finish the game that way.
Yeah, like you can't do one puzzle without the other person. Like you can't get through one trial without the other.
And there's this tertiary, and this is all pushed along by a tertiary character, which is a personified book of love by a self-proclaimed like love doctor, Dr. Hakim, who is like the book is portrays Dr. Hakim helping these two through the relationship. He's very obnoxious, but they kind of band together against the book in their own kind of way, just to be like, wow, he's annoying, but I guess we have to do this. Like, they don't get it at first. By the end, they get it, but they don't get it at first. And it's just like, yeah. So all in all, very fun game. I highly recommend you either buy or get the Friends Pass for It Takes Two. One of you has to own the game, but the other one doesn't necessarily have to pay for it.
They don't make you buy it twice, which is lovely.
I bought it just so that I can have the base level so that I could play it with someone else. But I was initially just going to get it on the Friends Pass, and then I realized that the Steam sale was going on, so I got it along with a couple of other games, just discounted off.
And now, Dippy, you can play it with somebody else eventually.
And I could play it with whoever I'd like to. I could play it with you if I wanted to.
As a side note, his dad and I went on a date Saturday night.
Oh, very nice.
Exciting.
We went to dinner.
They went and saw Top Gun Maverick, which I have not seen Top Gun or Maverick.
Wait, you haven't seen Top Gun?
We saw the original in the theater.
Hell yeah.
If that dates my mother.
So you gotta watch the sequel in theaters too. So yeah. Makes sense.
That's kind of cool.
We actually rewatched Top Gun last month just so we'd be ready.
Oh yeah.
The weird thing is my uncle was part of Top Gun, wasn't he?
He was at Miramar, yeah.
He was at Top Gun. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a mechanic. He wasn't a pilot. Anything, but he
I wish my uncle
the plane doesn't go the plane doesn't go up unless somebody is able to put fuel and get it going, okay?
He was out there when they were filming Top Gun. I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was there when they were filming it.
1980.
On the subject of movies, did you guys see the stage 5 and 6 of Marvel?
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere else with this.
Okay, she doesn't care.
I'm sorry.
She stopped with MCU at Endgame. Endgame, which was the end of like the classic stuff.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Oh my god, it being called a classic now.
It's not.
It's not.
I mean,
phase 1.
The Spider-Man stuff is good.
Oh, that's phase 2, my guy.
Tom Holland Spider-Man is awesome.
I agree.
Yeah.
The multiverse was great. The Spider-Man multiverse thing. Which they're making the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse.
Are they making
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
That was Sony. Not MCU.
It's still MCU.
I like the Spider-Man.
Point being, Spider-Man is good.
Yeah.
But we went to see Doctor Strange.
Oh God.
The multiverse of madness.
I wanted to go see that, and my wife's like, no.
We're not.
Wait till it comes out. And you can watch it free.
I'll watch it on Disney Plus.
Love the multiverse of madness.
Are you serious?
It is so like
Scarlet Witch. And
Question: do I need to watch Wanda? WandaVision first.
WandaVision, yeah.
God. Neither of us.
Any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So
neither of us can watch WandaVision because neither of us want to or are going to subscribe to Disney Plus.
Do you want my login?
I'll take it.
I'll give you my login. Don't remind me after.
If
Walt Disney, if you're watching this, you didn't see that.
Don't pay any attention to Dono's shirt right now.
Yes.
Anyway, God bless.
It was kind of the Big Bang Theory, Indiana Jones thing.
Yeah.
Indy didn't even have to be there for the movie to happen.
Which is
Dr.
fair.
Strange didn't really need to be there for this movie to even happen.
Yeah.
You are right. I just don't. It should have been Wanda in the multiverse of madness. It should have.
Like what? But you know why they didn't do that? Because if they had done that, the whole illusion of why they made the movie would have gone out the window.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be, it was almost like Doctor Strange was the video game protagonist that you would be playing in first person if this movie was a game.
Yeah.
And the story is about Wanda and her kids in the multiverse and whatever. The story was all about them, and the movie should have been about them. but Doctor Strange was there too. Like,
so did you guys know? So I've never watched WandaVision. I don't know
I haven't
anything,
watched WandaVision.
but I have watched like people explain comics and whatnot. Apparently, Wanda's own kids, like they're somebody else's kids, but have her genes. Like in the comics. In the comics.
Oh, in the comics.
Yes. In the comics. You're good.
All right. For now.
Okay.
All right.
So this was what was explained. Bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. This is what was explained. Basically,
so she might be back later.
Yeah.
But for now that she's gone, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to my headphones.
Yeah. This is what was explained, is that basically Wanda is such a powerful sorceress that she took both hers and Vision's genomes, made children, and then put them within the pocket dimension of where they like grew up in what she made. But when that crushed and shattered, those kids were still alive. Okay? And so other people birthed those kids into families.
It's like they were,
and now like her son is Wiccan. And then her daughter is, I'm trying to remember what her daughter is, but Wiccan is one of the most powerful sorcerers in the entire universe and is married to the king of the universe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, dude,
but I'm just going to be fully real. I have no idea what comic run you're talking about. Cause like I'm a massive comic fan growing up. I'm going down the rabbit hole on Google. I cannot find shit about this. Wiccan, you are right. Wiccan, massively powerful. Who is Scarlet Witch's son, Billy?
Yeah.
And then Speed is her other son.
Yeah.
But, Tom.
But she has a daughter. I can't remember who her daughter is. Sorry.
To go a little bit into
maybe older comics.
The overarching.
It's
idea
newer stuff, by the way, Dadley.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just trying to answer his thing and just be like, before you go into this, Dadley, they're brand new, like they're newer comics, like and everything like that. So
okay. Well,
so to go broadly into the strokes of, did you see MCU Phase 5? I did, and I have my concerns.
I'm going to Google.
First of all,
right now.
Yeah, you can see there's a screenshot of it on cnet.com where they revealed it at Comic-Con, and you can see most of them. The one that's cut off is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is like one of only two things out of this entire phase I would want to see.
Yeah.
Oh, Ant-Man is the bottom of the barrel for me in Marvel.
Really?
Are you fucking serious?
I watched the first one. I was just like, that was fine, I guess. I've never seen the second one. Like,
wait, have I seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet?
I love Ant-Man.
I think so. Yes,
Ant-Man is one of my favorite characters in the entire MCU. Like, I love Paul Rudd. I love the way he portrayed Ant-Man, and I love the dynamic. It was so fun. The first movie was fun. The second movie was okay. I get you there. Like, it was a little bit lower in the whatevers.
Okay. Yeah.
But everything else on this list, like, I have no context for half of these things because they're spin-offs of things that have already come out. In Phase 5, you have, in the order that they have said it, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's coming out February 2023. Sure. You have Secret Invasion, like I know what that is.
I know, but
old stuff. Okay,
yeah, they're pulling from older comics. Maybe, my guy.
I mean, that's how
Guardians Volume 3, which is the other one of the two things that I would want to see.
I never saw
because Guardians 1 and 2 are both. You haven't seen Guardians 2?
I haven't seen Guardians 2. I love the first Guardians. I haven't gotten around to watching the second one.
Guardians 2 is amazing.
I am very excited for Ironheart. It's a good fucking comic.
Everything after Guardians 3, I have no interest.
And they're Blade, like they're doing fucking Blade, my guy.
Blade.
Yeah,
Blade,
they're doing Blade. Okay,
I understand.
And then Daredevil. Daredevil is one of my favorite comics. Yeah,
there's a new Blade coming out.
Yes.
Oh, Blade.
Shut up.
I have no interest.
What the fuck is Agatha getting? Agatha's getting
Agatha, the
Coven of Chaos. I believe that is like. Wait, is Agatha?
Agatha's the villain from WandaVision.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making villain movies.
Yeah. So without that, I have no clue. Yeah. Oops.
Well, no, it's a massive. There was an audio on TikTok of like, it was Agatha all along. That's what it's
Agatha
about.
House of Harkness.
Who
the
is
fuck?
also okay?
Thunderbolts.
Then you have
Yeah,
Echo.
Thunderbolts is no, yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it in order. Though.
Like what's
And they've
Echo?
announced like what the group is, by the way, for Thunderbolts, so you can look that up. And who's
Okay,
playing? Yes, they have.
What?
Most of these things they're
Okay.
already started filming, and they're almost done with it.
Thunderbolts is like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably how they're going to end up bringing in Deadpool.
I think Deadpool's coming sooner than that because Deadpool 3.
No, they haven't
is
announced
going to be
Deadpool.
MCU canon.
Really?
Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Okay,
No. Deadpool 3
I'm
is a
currently
fish out of water story.
They didn't announce it within
I'm
the
currently
stuff. Sorry.
I'm currently looking at Variety.com's list.
Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, this is a massive fucking TV that they like announced this shit on. Is it projected? Because this shit looks
It's
crazy.
projected, Donna.
Okay, thank God. Because I'm like, fuck, man.
So
Damn.
Echo is a spin-off of Hawkeye?
Yes.
Yes.
Loki's getting a second season.
Mhm.
Blade is
Yo,
new.
Loki's TV show slaps. Loki is.
I need to watch that. I have not watched
Daredevil
it.
Born Again.
There's so much. I started watching like Hawkeye's new one, and like the Captain America TV show, and I started enjoying like. So here's my thing, because of my ADHD, unless I sit and watch all of it, and I fucking drop it so quick. Like I want to finish it.
All right, so like a really quick rapid fire because y'all haven't seen them. WandaVision is okay. I think it is really fun from a directorial standpoint. The cinematography is really great. The story is fine at best.
Right.
Hawkeye is a very good Christmas story. It is something I will rewatch in December probably, and then never think about it
Christmas
again.
story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it just plays around
Christmas.
Christmas.
What?
Yeah, Hawkeye's like a Christmas story.
Mm-hmm.
See, without Disney Plus, I would know none of this.
Yeah.
And for people
so-
like myself and my mother who are not willing to get Disney Plus, you miss so much, which is why both of us thought Multiverse of Madness was subpar.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like very much like it is good. I think the story is really well written, but it is very in your face about like, hey, here's racism, here's what's going on in America right now. And so if you're not into that stuff, then it's not going to be for you. I heard so many complaints about it. I personally loved it. I thought it was very fascinating.
And if you complained about it, fuck you. I'm kidding.
And Loki is just, hey, do you want a snarkier Doctor Who with fucking, what is his name? The WoW guy? Wow. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson?
Oh yeah, Owen Wilson is in it.
Owen Wilson kills it in Loki. He is so good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude,
rapid fire.
so here's
and Moon Knight, really quick.
Moon Knight, so fucking good. I have watched the first 3 episodes of it, and I want to finish it.
Is something I want to see. Moon Knight is something that I would.
I have Moon Knight comics lining the top of my kitchen. I've been a Moon Knight fan since I was 9 years old. Like,
dude. Oh, I am so excited for Daredevil because they're keeping it to the TV show as well, like the Netflix series. Like he's coming back, so I'm so fucking excited about that.
And speaking one more time on movies before we do something else, today.
Oh, I have another movie thing to bring up after this anyway.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Continuing movies then. Today, my mother and I went to our local theater and saw Nope by Jordan Peele. The third in the triumvirate of Jordan Peele horror stories, of which I have not seen Us. I want to see Us, but I don't know where Us is.
Us is great.
Is Us on like Netflix or something?
I'll look it up right now.
I need to find a way to watch it, but we both knew as soon as we saw the trailer that we were going to see Nope, and we have gone and seen it, and we like it.
Good.
It's a very, very cool movie. It looks at. I'm gonna try very hard not to spoil anything if I can, but I might dip into that territory just to explain points that I found good. So
I really don't want spoilers, just so you know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go see.
I'm gonna try not to spoil anything. Yeah. So Nope takes a look at the monster movie genre. The one that's like, ooh, aliens, zombies, big one giant monster like Godzilla, whatever. And it sees this pool that they're all kind of dwelling in. And then it notices there's a jacuzzi over here. that no one is inhabiting, and it goes over there and it fills out that jacuzzi perfectly.
Okay.
It's like
Awesome.
exploring an idea in horror movies, in monster movie culture,
Mhm.
quote unquote, that no one else has, and
Sweet.
it's so good for it. It's very casually written, as are a lot of Jordan Peele's projects.
Yeah.
Which make them so good. You know, they're not, they don't sound like they're acted. They sound like
they don't sound like movies.
They sound like they just put a camera in front of people having a conversation and hit record. Like, and this movie follows in those footsteps. It's
awesome.
a very well made movie too. The technical direction is brilliant. The sound is amazing. And the sound is important in this movie too.
Okay.
Even more important than you would initially realize.
Yeah. So just so you know, the best you can do is rent it on Amazon for $4.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe it'll come out somewhere else a little later.
How we all feeling about the Dungeons and Dragons trailer?
Fuck yes! I'm so excited.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen the whole thing.
So worth watching.
You have? Wait,
let me look it up.
With how much it's on D&D TikTok, you haven't seen the whole fucking thing yet?
Nope.
All right.
Can we watch it on?
Yeah, let's watch it right now. Fuck it, go. Yeah, someone here. I'll share it. Here.
Honor Among Thieves.
Give me a second. I'm gonna get this set up right now. So here, we'll watch it here on fucking stream.
Okay.
So
can the viewers see it too and us get in trouble or no?
No, it's fine. It's open freaking content, my guy.
Okay. I don't know.
It's a trailer.
Dragons.
Trailer reactions kind of fall under fair use as long as they're just that, reactions.
Like we can pause and freaking here. Oh god. Okay.
I need an
that just started right off the bat, and
wow.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
You don't get ads on trailers because the trailer is an ad.
Yeah.
I've gotten ads on trailers.
That's stupid. Like
it is.
Why?
That is real dumb.
You're about to watch
that is
an
like
ad.
real big dumb. So
you're about to watch a dedicated ad.
Okay. So let me just talk among yourselves for a second as I prep that bit. So
you ever thought about being a horse?
You beat me to it.
What?
I just saw a sign. I posted on it on TikTok because the sign bothered me. The sign said no dogs, pets, or horses. I'm sitting there. I'm like, do dogs and horses not fall under the pet category?
Let's break this down grammatically. Dogs, fine start. Pets includes dogs. Okay. Yeah. Horses. So are you saying horses aren't pets?
Yeah. So
answer this question. Are horses pets?
I would say yes.
I would not say yes. You domesticate a horse. Yeah. That does not mean you make it a pet. It means, to me, a horse is almost like, I say almost, I'm not saying that it is this, I'm saying it is almost like this. It's almost like utility cattle.
So it is depending on if you're using the horse. So like for full transparency, like I grew up with 2 horses that never got rode, never got attached to anything to carry. All they did was live in my front yard and drink beer with me. That was the extent of my horses. I am not exaggerating.
Oh my god!
Obviously, those things are pets.
Those would be closer to pets.
Yes.
But the way that most people use horses, they're more like utility cattle.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
like
a vehicle, or they carry something.
You don't, and that doesn't mean you don't care about a horse, obviously, but you don't like. It's like the difference between like an outside dog and an inside dog. There's not outside horses and inside horses.
Oh shit.
There's I'm gonna put an inside horse in my apartment.
I'm gonna have inside Clydesdale.
Gonna be drowning in horse dung in a week.
Oh my god.
And it will starve because there is no grass in my house.
I have to pick something. Sorry.
No, you're good. We're all squished.
Yeah. Can I revert that? Can I? Fuck. I fucked up. So, God. Can I not? Can I stop fucking up? Okay. Oh, whatever. Okay. So all that gets to go down a little. I have to allow Dadley's camera to be captured again. There we go. And then I have
capture me, Daddy.
Oh my god.
Okay. It's almost everybody. I think we're lined up correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And transition. There we go. Nope, we're not lined up correctly. Fuck me.
I'm not even on the screen. Oh, there I am.
I fixed it, so I think we're good there, right? Everybody, yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. We're Gucci.
All right, All right, we will not interrupt Dippy in the viewing of this trailer.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
We
3,
good?
Now,
2.
if you start this and it's kind of choppy, I might just watch it myself. But it's a little choppy, and I also can't hear it.
Yeah, volume.
Give me. God damn it! Fuck. Where's this?
Okay, it wasn't choppy enough to warrant not watching it this way, but I couldn't hear it. So.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Go. Okay, I've seen bits and pieces. Like I saw that they are bringing in acid.
Here's the thing.
dragons. That's cool.
We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
Like I saw up to this point, and now it's
I like that they used a black dragon and it's
Yeah.
spewing acid.
yeah, and it's not like a fire breath. Like that's awesome.
Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean
People
to
keep
reach
saying
the
that he's a
greatest
bard.
evil
I think
the
he's
world
just a
has ever
fighter,
known.
like
But we're gonna
folk
fix
hero
it.
Oh, I
fighter.
definitely think he's a bard.
Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best. You need to give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
Good music. Harkening back to the
We also
80s.
need courage, magic,
Whoa,
And you.
what?
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, I saw that too.
What is that again? It's an owl there.
That was smooth.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Gosh. It's heroes when you have
This one's dangerous.
Whoa. Oh my god. Mimics!
Did you see the gelatinous cube there?
Yes.
Oh, damn, that was a fat dragon. There's more than one dragon in this?
Yeah, it's
And
Dungeons
dragons.
and Dragons.
Shut up.
What is it exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Yeah, he is a bard then.
He could be a folk hero, to be fair. But
Could
I-
be.
Okay, I don't want to watch.
Okay.
What is
Ignore
on
the
your
Game Grumps
suggestion,
thing.
Donna?
Oh, is that a displacer beast too?
Yes, that is a displacer beast,
Oh
and
my
that's a gelatinous
God,
cube
okay.
right there.
Okay. So a couple of things.
Yes.
Number one, I'm very, very excited. I'm gonna look at this trailer myself and point out some stuff. Like look at it on an individual window.
So,
I need to get back to here.
everyone is complaining that druids can't turn into owlbears.
Bitch!
And it's driving me up the fucking wall.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Who
Let
cares?
me look at one thing.
And let me
Hold
tell
on.
you something mechanically. They can cast a spell that makes them be able to turn
Yeah.
into a fucking owlbear. It doesn't have to be a wild shape.
Here's the monster.
I used it on you guys in our last session.
Yeah.
And you guys... howdy,
Of
howdy.
the- of
Hey,
the
call sign
campaign?
Frosty, how's it going? Hey, Primordial Guardius, hi. Didn't even see you guys
I-
come in.
Owl
I'm just gonna
bears.
throw this out
And
there.
Dispel
This-
Place, thank you.
Yeah, so owlbears in the book,
Uh-huh.
in the monster manual, I have it pulled up right here. In the monster manual, owlbears are monstrosities.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, and I say that with
But-
all of the nerd sarcasm in my being.
Yeah, technically,
Druids
it's not
can-
going to be able to work like
Druids,
that.
druids cannot wild shape into an owlbear.
Yes.
That doesn't prevent them from using a spell like polymorph.
Or shape
Mother-
change.
So we've transitioned from relationships and movies and stuff. I talked about dope a little. Dope.
Dope.
I talked about Nope a little.
That was so fun.
No spoilers for Dadley or anyone,
I'm not giving spoilers,
but is a good movie.
except for the part.
Except for the part. And now we are talking about the
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons movie that is coming out. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. And
Okay. Now, here is my argument. It's a level 20 campaign that they're doing.
I mean, it has to be,
which
right?
means that the druid would have the spell shape change, and if they have Warcaster, which means that if they're attacked, they can cast a spell in return. She got slapped in the ass as a horse, so in her response is to do shape change into an owlbear. Read the spell of shape change. It is concentration, but you can change into an owlbear.
Yes. Also, hi, friendly celestial.
Hey,
They're hanging out with call sign Frosty.
Yeah.
In Maine?
Oh yeah, how is it? How's everything going down there, call sign? No, you're
they work for the mouse now.
No.
Really?
They're actually doing a marketing thing for
Mhm.
what is it, like a marketing? They're in it's a
They're
college program.
they're going to the business program of
a business program.
Yeah.
And they're in Florida right now taking it.
So, my first takeaway from the D&D trailer is I'm like, this reminds me a lot of The Mummy. It just has that like old school adventure-y vibe, like The Mummy kids.
Yeah. And I'm curious because they showed things that have obviously never been stereotypically associated with adventure movies. Like they show black dragons spewing acid as opposed to fire. Like dragons have always breathed fire in movies. They've always been fire breathing. You saw like in How to Train Your Dragon, there was a dragon that was gas and spark, but that was still fire. You know, there, and you occasionally get, it's an ice dragon. Whoa,
it's a water
you've never seen
dragon.
like acid. You've never seen acid. You've never seen poison. You've never seen all these other types that dragons can be. Blue dragons are lightning dragons. Like, how cool would it be if they had that in this movie?
I also like the detail. Can I say I like the detail of
the
that?
Level of detail is
the fact that the dragon is swooping down and doing the line.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is such a thing. And the red dragon or gold or whatever the heck that they were fighting was on the ground and shooting a cone.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that that's kind of mechanically how it's supposed to work, you know, within the actual game. And it's freaking good. Also, by the way, with owlbears in 4th edition, they are fey beasts.
That is also true.
So,
which leads into my point. I don't think this is based on 5e.
I think it's based on all of Forgotten Realms, and so they're pulling from all the editions.
It looks more like a mishmash of every system up to this point.
And
it has a lot of 5e stuff like the chromatic dragons and stuff, and the typical 5e stuff like the gelatinous cube and the mimics. But especially the mimics looking that way with sticky.
The mimic looks so good.
Yeah, the mimics are good. The chest monster, where it's literally the chest opens up and its teeth and a maw instead of treasure inside. Yeah,
I want to show you guys a meme that I found.
So the big thing that I've been seeing with this trailer a lot is people talking about how much this is very open to cameos. You can get cameos from Critical Role, Dimension 20, NADPOD. You can fit them in easily. So my question to y'all is, if you got to do a cameo for this movie, what is your cameo? What are you doing?
Don't even get me started on this.
Okay. I would obviously have to base it on something that I have publicly done.
Okay.
And right now, that would only be 2 characters. That would be either be Farron or it would be Judas Menariah, who I only played once. And I would love to have the opportunity to be Judas in a movie, but I think I would love to be Farron more, just because I fleshed out that character for so long over the campaign that we just ran. I'm starting to sound like Christopher Walken in my intonation of my words, but I fleshed out Farron for so long. I feel like I would be like comfortable enough to play him in a movie.
Yeah.
And if I had like God, that would be the opportunity of a lifetime. But I think you need like a 6-digit following to even like at bare minimum you have to have a 6-digit following in order to even be considered.
Did you hear?
Actually, this is just fantasy. This is like,
I want to point this out. Did you guys hear that Quincy was the
Quincy's Tavern?
Yeah, Quincy's Tavern. They did the drinks for the bar at the Dungeons and Dragons premiere.
Oh,
that's freaking insane. Like that's crazy. Yeah, for the premiere. Yeah, like
the trailer premiere.
Yeah, for the trailer premiere. Yeah.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
So, Dono, you get a cameo in this movie. What are you doing?
I'd be a tavern owner. Like, I'd just be the dude at the bar, just being like, "Hey, what you getting?" Give me a few lines. I'm fucking down for that. I've literally played characters with just 1 or 2 lines.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wipe down the bar. I'll deal with a freaking orc that's gonna punch me in the face. Do it. I don't give a crap.
Because of all my DMing experience, I would be one of the patrons of that bar who's just arguing with you over something stupid.
That's what I was gonna say. I wanted my cameo to be to be on the losing end of a bar fight. I think that would be really funny.
Oh my god!
Like, you're the first dude that's hit across the back of the head with a chair.
Just the extra. That's
You're just the dude that, like, if they stop motion frame, the chair explodes behind them, and he's just like,
just throw me for a window, like, just yell like, don't come back, as they're like
100%. I think that's where they're gonna put, like, Critical Role if they are in there. They're just gonna be in the tavern.
Yeah,
like, that's where you would put all the cameos that you want, is just people in the tavern being anybody.
Adventurers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious, though, if they were, like, in a dark corner and they're all sitting around a table with, like, a DM screen. It's like, "Say you DM."
Where the characters are playing the game inside the game.
Yeah.
That would almost be too meta, though.
I think it'd be
really
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, what you guys gambling?" It's like, "Oh, it's this role-playing game." I'm not interested.
Sorry, we're trying to do an adventure to slay a dragon right now. I have no time for role playing.
Wait, really quick. Here's my dumb one-shot idea.
Oh my god!
We all make characters that are like normal D&D characters. Dippy's a wizard, Donald's a paladin.
Right.
And then we do a one-shot where your characters are role-playing as normal people. So like your paladin is like, "I've come to play the electrician today." And stuff like that.
You make a character and you have to, it's a bell curve. You have to make the character, but then that character has to play a normal person.
Yes.
You could be a waiter at a restaurant.
Yeah.
You could be a waiter.
NPC who are
The paladin is like, "I'm playing Nurse Dr. Susan today."
Ace in chat said that they would be playing somebody from a sweet shop. Ace, I could see you playing like a little fairy. Yeah, that's at that sweet shop, and that like gives out candies to people. Like, they CGI you just down, and you just have the little wings because you have that kind of like you have the little pixie kind of vibe, and I like that. So that, or like a little witch and witchy hag in the forest, I'd be down. I think you'd enjoy the shit out of that.
With all due respect.
Yeah, with all due respect.
So that was very cool.
Yeah.
On this topic of D&D, actually. Last Dapper D's After Dark, whatever we call the podcast episodes, I threw random things at you guys and was like, "Make a magic items." I have I have a random noun generator and a random weapon generator upgrade.
Oh my god, let's go for it. Let's do it.
So,
is this going to become a recurring bit? Because I'm
so.
okay.
Okay,
if it is,
but also let's use crayon to find the item.
okay, yeah. Once we're done.
So we got a name, item, and then like we do the drawing on
like a random noun, a weapon, and then put that into an AI that generates an image for it.
So, Dono, we'll have you go first. A dagger made out of cake.
Oh God!
Isn't it obvious?
Yeah,
it's the cake
cutter. I don't know. Is it?
Everything that it cuts becomes cake.
Yeah.
So it requires a Constitution save of, like, let's say 10, but if you fail, the creature automatically just becomes edible.
Ooh, okay.
Or like
limb, so the
or if you're able to cut off a limb, it becomes cake.
Yeah.
So,
everything that comes off of a person becomes edible, not the whole being. Yeah.
It's like, and I would say that it's designed from, I would say that it's designed by Fae, Rust Monsters, and a little bit of black jelly.
Oh god.
Okay.
Because black jelly consumes metal or like organic material. Rust Monsters like take apart and like decompose, and then the Fae would be able to twist the magic to be able to make it so, okay, so instead of this decomposing, it's just going to reform the molecules to become a cake.
Oh,
I like that.
So it also goes through the philosopher idea of if you were to bake a cake from scratch, you'd have to recreate the universe. So
yes,
it's the universal cake cutter dagger.
wow.
so all
That
right.
was like really deep. I didn't. If you had to make it cake entirely from scratch, you'd have to remake the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Dippy, the one it gave you is like a little more in depth. So it specifically said a battle axe made for heroic duty that is made
You
out
said
of
duty.
feathers.
Right.
A battle axe made for heroic duty, made of feathers.
Made of feathers.
You want to know something crazy?
Yes.
In my home game,
He has one of them. No.
It's right here.
Yeah,
Right here.
I have it right here. No. In my home game, I made this.
Oh?
So let me tell you this. I guess I'll just tell you the story of how I made this then, because this is almost exactly something I've already made. So in my home game, and this is the home game that for everybody's context, but I'm going to direct this at Mother. This is that group that quit on me.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that was 3 or 4 years ago at this point. But this was that group that I made this weapon for, and this was that campaign. You know it.
I know.
So let me tell it for everyone else. So this game runs in another continent of my world that I'm currently running in the Inquisition on every other Friday. And it's taking place on the main continent that I started the world with, which is called Fergan. And in Fergan, they had gone through like about half of an adventure, at least half of the adventure that they ran before they quit on me. And they got to a point where they were going on a quest to save, or not save, but to place some surveillance equipment at the top of a mountain for like to relay threats of an oncoming invasion from the underground. And this surveillance equipment would go for a longer range the higher up they went. So they thought, okay, let's just place it on top of this mountain, which I called Owlbear's Beak. And tying back in. And on Owlbear's Beak, they started to climb up, and it was a snowy mountain, and it was fine. And then they came across some owlbears. They fought the owlbears. They came across an owlbear matriarch. They almost killed it, and then it flew away and did its other thing. It healed up. And then they came across an Aarakocra, which I believe I named Bud. Ooh. And Bud was the protector of a very specific cave on Owlbear's Beak. And he wielded a lance and a battle axe that were shaped in the form of and mostly made out of strengthened owlbear feathers. Reinforced owlbear feathers. So I made the lance, and he dropped the lance for the party, and the party was able to pick the lance up. But the axe that he also used,
we got it. Oh, thank you for the bits. Sorry.
Thank you for the bits.
So you know how feathers kind of curve down into their like feather stems, like roots?
Yeah. Yep.
So 2 of those formed the blade, where they connected in the middle, attached to a very long, like carved and polished wooden pole arm, and the body of the head of the battle axe was filled out the rest of the way by feathers. And the whole thing behind this battle axe was that a battle axe.
Sorry. Food.
Okay, food's up.
Well,
Maybe. All right. She'll be back again in a little bit, maybe. But this battle axe, normally battle axes are two-handed weapons with the property of heavy, meaning you have to use 2 hands to use the weapon.
Yes.
I gave it the property of light.
Oh, okay.
So instead of you have to use 2 hands, now you could use it cleanly and properly with 1 hand, and you could throw it. And because it's made of feathers, it would fly through the air like faster than normal weapons would.
Yeah.
Obviously. I gave it a range of 40-80.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
And like as long as it landed a hit, it would deal its 2d6 damage
Okay.
that a normal battle axe would do.
Mhm.
But if it missed beyond its range increment of 80, like if you, for instance,
Dippy, a battle axe does 1d8.
A battle. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a great axe.
No,
That's all good.
a great
Yeah.
axe does 1d12.
Then what's the big axe? What's the big axe?
No, the big axe is
The
a battle
maul.
axe. It's not 1d12. You're thinking of a great sword, which does 2d6.
Right. And a maul which does 2d6.
Yes.
There isn't an axe that does 2d6?
Nope, it's just 1d12 or 1d8 or 1d10.
Well, I made this great axe
Dude.
2d6.
Yes.
Which is totally fair.
Yeah, totally fine.
So anyway,
We miss you two
because
ways.
it was so
the chat.
lightweight, if you threw it like you could only reliably hit up to 80 feet, but if you threw it off of like an elevated place, it would just keep going. It would
Ooh.
not
Oh,
hit
no.
the ground for a very long time.
Ooh.
If you attuned to it, it could come back to you. Kind of like the magical property that you can give a weapon with certain subclasses where it's like bonded with
Yeah.
you or attuned to you.
Imagine somebody thinking that they could use a magic item without attuning to it first, and then using
Oh.
that item and just being like, just wait. Just like to
Yeah.
everybody else, like just like, hey, check this out. Throws it, it's like, just wait.
It's just gone.
Just wait. And it's like a minute later, it's like, just wait. Just wait.
It's just
Sit
gone
down and
forever.
panic.
So yeah, and I called it the tail feather.
Oh, I
Oh,
love that.
I like
and
that.
it was just like, yeah, it was a fun weapon that I made.
Mhm.
They went for the lance instead of that axe, but later on they finished that quest. They did a couple more, and then they decided to leave because they didn't agree with who I was as a person. But you know, that's not for
You know what?
that's not for today.
So,
You know what? That's fucking fuck people. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
It took me this long to fully get over it.
Yeah.
I
Well-
like him. I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah. You think we keep them?
all right. I like
Yeah.
Dippy. So really quick, because this also sounds fun for me, and I want to try it. Of like my random was a mace made out of salt,
Mhm.
and
Ooh.
I would just say for every like you pick one target, and for every continuous hit you do. So if you don't switch targets, if you keep one target, you do an extra 1d4 of damage until you miss or pick another target because you're rubbing salt in the wound.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Hey.
Yeah.
See, I imagine a mace made out of like it's like a hyper enlarged salt crystal.
Oh, that's also really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The other recurring thing that we do, if we want to do it, let me look up urban.
Wait, a
What's
salt
your urban
crystal
dictionary?
dagger? Okay, wait. I missed something. A salt crystal? I zoned out
A
first.
mace made out of salt.
Oh,
that
dude.
Every continuous hit you do does an extra 1d4 of damage to the target
Can
because
we-
you're rubbing salt in the wound.
I love that. Can we add that it like purifies you of like all like negative energy?
Oh god.
It's like the like salt crystal, like a salt rock that helps with like
It
the
just
aura.
becomes saltier
It's like
and
it's all
saltier.
good vibes, man.
You have to lick it.
Oh,
Like
purifying.
with the salt lamps.
Oh god. So you could change it though because salt can either purify or it can make the person saltier.
Yeah.
So like, just like, hey,
got
what are
vinegar in your
you doing,
veins.
buddy? Like, oh my god.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
I
that's
love
too
it. I love it so much.
good. Okay.
And I just found the perfect, well, not perfect. It's so the second Urban Dictionary word of the day that I scrolled down to is bald by choice. A gentleman who has chosen to avoid hair loss or premature balding by shaving his head and keeping it that way.
We know someone like that.
We do know someone like that. We specifically know someone like that. Dad did that.
Yeah.
Oh.
My dad has been bald my entire life.
Mhm.
Well, he started balding up here,
Yeah.
and he really didn't like the.
Yeah, but he started
ring
with like a
here.
ring of hair.
He didn't like the clown
Yeah.
bit.
So now he shaves his head like every other day, and
Mhm.
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I've
Hey.
like
That's self-care.
maybe
That's just
twice-
self-care. Yeah.
maybe twice or 3 times in the past, I've wondered what I would look like if I was bald. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't do it until this gets more developed.
I
Okay.
get that.
Because my dad did that. I couldn't imagine myself like no hair, no eyebrows, no facial hair. Like I couldn't.
Mhm.
That would just be a scary person to me.
There's apps for that, by the way. Like to see what you look like.
There's wax for that.
Can I
There's
just
wax
can I
for
just
that.
take a moment to address the chat where call sign Frosty just said, "What about a dagger that turns stab wounds into oregano and the stab wound that flakes away?" It's
That's neat.
God.
That's all right. Really,
that's
quick.
spicy. I got.
I heard this like idea for My Hero Academia fans out there
hmm
that the League of Villains doesn't have a healer, and I saw somebody come up with like an OC healer for the
Mhm.
League of Villains
Hmm.
that like their whole quirk is you heal twice the amount that she kicks the shit out of you for.
hmm
So in the League of Villains, you have to let this woman just beat the crap out of you in order for you to rapidly heal. And I have yet to stop thinking about this idea.
Well,
Oh my God.
you probably think about it for a different reason.
So, so wait. I'm so sorry.
Dadley, that's just therapy. So
So let me get this straight.
It reminds me
You,
of my
you
dad.
walk up to it, you get a toothache. You walk up
Yeah.
to her, she punches you in the face, and your toothache is better.
And yes, you heal twice as much as she hits you for.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you're keeping ahead of the injury.
Right.
yeah.
does it work on like
So if you're
mental stuff? Because I could really.
She slaps you in the head. She slaps you in the face, and then you.
It's like,
all of
oh
a
my
sudden
God, my
feel like this
depression's
clarity
gone.
in your mind, where you're just like, oh my God, is this
No,
what
you have to
alcohol
take
feels
you
like?
have to take like psychic damage for that though. She's gonna like look at you dead in the eyes.
She's just
and be
gonna
like, you know that
roast
was
my
actually
ass?
Your fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she insults you, and then you
Yeah.
feel like twice as better for it.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh my God.
God.
She's like, your face looks stupid.
What if it's
Thank
like
you."
doing nice things for somebody? It means that she does damage.
Oh.
She holds the door open for someone, and all of a sudden they just start getting a little bit of a headache. They're like,
Right.
what is, like,
Or
Or trip
she,
as they walk through the door. And
Oh my God.
yeah. Or she puts a band-aid on someone's
Mental
arm, and the
health
band-aid,
slap.
and everywhere around the band-aid starts to necrose like a
yeah.
fester and necrose like a wound. Oh God.
Dude, I think we just came up with like a new cleric subclass.
Mhm.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
The cleric of
her hero,
reverse-
her villain
the
name is
cleric of
Remedy.
reversology.
oh, that's a great one. Remedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cleric of remedy.
Yeah. No,
So-
like the hero name is Remedy.
There's that. Oh, right.
Mhm.
I've never seen the show. My Hero.
Oh,
Oh, you
Academia.
haven't seen My Hero?
You should watch it.
I've never watched a single episode. Of
If
My
you
Hero.
like superhero
It's good.
stuff, you would freaking love it. The writer of it is a
I'm
giant
aware
superhero
of the
nerd.
concept. I know what the basic premise is, but I've just never seen it.
Yeah.
And to give like a little bit of a transition and to put just a little bit of a spotlight on our special guest, we've talked a bit about. Well, we talked a little bit about literally that.
Mhm.
Healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nursing.
Mhm.
In her earliest
not a nurse.
career,
Not a
getting to that part.
nerd. He looks
Getting to
so
that
upset
part.
when
Getting
you
to
say
that
that.
part.
It's like,
Hold
I'm
on,
not
hold
a
on.
nurse.
No.
Like,
I was not about to call you a nurse.
Okay.
In her earliest times of her career, first she was a battery technician. No, battery. She worked in the Duracell plant in
Oh, in between years at college, I worked 2 summers at Duracell.
Duracell. But after that, after she graduated, she was a medical tech,
Yeah,
laboratory tech. And she was that for how long?
technologist. 10 years.
10 years. So she knows a lot about
Wow.
medical
Hospital
stuff,
laboratory.
hospital laboratory stuff. And I figured she could tell one of her med tech stories.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The ones that you've told me.
Okay.
And this stream has gotten like risque and like gross in the past. So
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone's butt?
Seen in someone's butt.
I'll take that one.
Well, I don't look in people's butts, but I got specimens that came out of them.
Oh my god. Okay, what's the weirdest thing that's come out of someone?
Okay, let's just simplify that down to what's the weirdest thing that's come out of somebody.
Well, again, I'm not a nurse, but I would get the nasty.
Okay, so look.
Okay,
Why don't you explain? Why don't you
Okay.
explain what a lab tech does?
In the laboratory, we're the ones who run all the tests on all the specimens that come out of people, like blood, obviously, sputum, which are absolutely the worst ones, and stool and urine and vomit.
It's like you're the person on the other side of the door when the doctor gives me a little cup to pee in, and I just put it inside that door, close it, and then I open it again, and it's gone.
Laboratory, and we do urinalysis on it. And
by the way, me as a child, I thought that was such a magical thing. When I went to go get like tested, and I would like close the door, and then I'd like wait 5 seconds, open it back up, and it's just gone. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Just wanted to put.
I thought that door.
No, one of the coolest things that personally I thought was really cool. Now I worked at a small hospital near where we live, and one of our doctors, Dr. Rayo, was originally from India, and he had some friends who had come over from India to visit, and they were suddenly exhibiting symptoms of malaria.
Oh.
You spike a fever and then it falls, and then you spike again and it falls. So he wanted me to draw blood and do a blood smear where you look under the microscope, and malaria microscopically has what we call rings. They look like a ring, and there it goes.
Oh no.
Oh.
But it doesn't matter. We'll find it.
Okay.
I see it.
It's just my husband's wedding band. It doesn't matter. But when you do a blood smear, you stretch it across the slide, it dries, and then you put it in a series of stains, and everything in their stains specific colors. And these stain blue with a little pink dot.
Malaria stains blue?
The malaria rings stain blue.
Right.
Oh.
And so Dr. Rayo wanted me to find this, and luckily it wasn't real busy. I was the only one on second shift taking care of the laboratory.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting there at the microscope looking, scanning, and boom, there it was. I diagnosed malaria in Savannah, Tennessee. Wow. Where malaria never shows up.
Oh my goodness.
So I got on the phone and I called Dr. Rayo and I said, I found it. And he came down and he was like, oh, that's great. So that was like kind of
that's a big deal.
Cool moment in the hospital in Savannah, Tennessee. So
Well, there you go.
But the neat thing working second shift at that time, if I got caught up in the laboratory, I would go over to the ER and see what was happening over there, because I would always get called over there anyway for blood specimens and yada yada.
Friendly Celestial in the chat says, appreciate second shift, not a nurse, but did assisted living.
Yeah, that's a tough job.
Yeah.
ER, I saw lots of interesting and horrifying things in ER too.
So now that we've traveled down that road.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told this. If I've told this story for you before, but you've got to do Mr. Face Off.
What's Mr. Face Off?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
The one night in the ER where.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
No.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
They called me over.
Okay, she's doing.
They called me over to draw blood for a BA, a blood alcohol.
Yeah.
So I got over there and they said, now this is a car wreck incident.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And because you can draw blood from a deceased person for a limited amount of time.
It was DOA, right?
So,
Yeah, DOA.
So I got over there, the door was closed, and I was getting my gloves on to walk in, and I was getting ready to back in, and they said, we need help in here turning him over. And so I went in. And as he was on his belly when they brought him in, and when they turned him over, his face went blah.
Oh,
I said, okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
So I let them kind of put their face back on, and then I went back in and drew the blood. But he was one of our regular guys in town.
Oh,
Who was who would get himself in trouble because he would like be publicly drunk, which happened that night.
So how canonically we believe this happened in eyewitness testimony is he was in one of the intersections of
There was
towns.
There was an incident at one of the intersections there in town. So he decides he's going to go direct traffic around
an initial accident.
And another car, and of course, he doesn't have any kind of warning gear on. Nobody can see him. Another car comes and his face hit the roof and windshield corner and kind of split him open.
Yeah. Where the hood is not perfectly flush with the car.
Yeah.
There's just a gap there. He found the gap.
Oh.
I don't know why that story sticks. I know why.
I can tell you.
It sticks because something didn't. Okay.
Just kind of like just face off.
There was another one that was kind of interesting. This guy didn't die.
Oh god.
He was in a single vehicle accident. Whoops. I'll go check that in a minute.
All right.
He was in his truck. I think he was drunk. And he rolled the truck, and when he rolled the truck, his arm went out and it rolled over on his arm, and it split, and it was like an anatomy lesson. It split his arm from the shoulder all the way past the elbow. Didn't break the bone. I don't know how.
Whoa.
Didn't cut open any the artery or the big veins or anything. So we were all kind of over there just doing our job, but they were kind of pulling. They were going, look, this is the so-and-so. And look at this. This is like
and on the fly anatomy
lesson. He was laying there going, oh God, my arm is killing me. And we were like, yeah, well, it's kind of messed up, but it's okay.
So this is the tendon.
I swear it was just like that.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
I gotta go check chicken.
All right, thank you, Mama.
Goodness.
Just say again. Oh, absolutely. So that was my mom's life for 10 years, and
that's crazy.
She told me a couple of stories about that from the times like when I was a bit younger. She told me stories like that. She didn't tell me Mr. Face Off until I was 16, but I hesitate to say one of my favorites, quote unquote.
I know what you mean. It definitely stands out.
Yeah.
It's like it brings out the morbid curiosity in you. Like,
yes,
what does that look like?
Oh my God.
No, there's a podcast I just found called 30 Morbid Minutes, and all it is deep dives into like grave robbers and like what what actually were seances back in the day and shit like that. Like,
can I just say, as a person, I do not want to ever get into, like, I do not wish to ever be in a situation, want to ever see a large amount of gore happen.
Right.
I don't want to see someone that I care about, like, open, or like just random people. Like every time I go past, every time I go past a massive like car wreck, I'm like, please have something over the body if there is one. But I also know that I am somebody that can stay completely cool under that kind of pressure and would be able to do everything. And then when the ambulance shows up and everything's okay, I just fucking be like, ah!
For me, the whole tie is whether I know the person. At the same time, two people don't come to Maine.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
My little story like this, and this is dark and trigger warnings for people in the chat if need be. I worked at a mill from 7 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning every single day. I did
like a sawmill, like a steel mill.
I did. It was an old yard mill that got repurposed into office space.
Right.
So I worked there from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. every single day for a year and a half straight. I had 2 days off that entire year and a half.
Oh my God.
One of the days was I showed up to work and there was a homeless guy who would normally be in the parking lot, and I would always like shoo him out of the parking lot. After like an hour into my shift, I look over at the gas station across the street and he is dousing himself with gasoline, and yes, lit a cigarette in the middle of the gas station. And I remember just calling my boss and being like, "I'm going home. Nope, this is what I just watched.
Oh
I
my
watched it all happen. I'm going
God.
home." Like, yeah, it was fucking crazy.
He Tibetan monked himself.
At a gas station, at a
Oh my
fucking like
God.
Shell Mobile.
There's a name for it?
So,
Well, no,
for
Tibetan monks are
context,
very
for
common.
historical context,
Yeah.
Okay.
there was at the beginning of the Vietnam War, there was a lot of protests in Vietnam by Buddhist monks who were in Vietnam, and they were like, look, the North Vietnamese and the South Vietnamese must come back together and form a unified Vietnam. They must, like, whatever it was. Of course, North and South Vietnam's vision of a unified Vietnam were different, but the Buddhist monks didn't care about that. They just needed unity. They needed peace and unity. And in protest of the Vietnam War, some Buddhist monks would display themselves in their monk garb in the middle of the street. Like, they would go to the middle of a four-way intersection, or they would like get on a corner of a street, and they would either already be drenched or would begin to drench themselves in kerosene, strike a match and light themselves on fire.
Yeah.
And they would assume a meditative monk position, and they would just sit and let themselves burn.
So, not to make this too real or too like political, this just happened in April. Somebody just did this on the Supreme Court steps in April of this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Someone self-immolated on this.
I just looked it up to fact check myself. According to the Supreme Court spokesperson, the incident occurred about 6:30 p.m. Minutes later, a medical helicopter landed and took the man to the hospital. No one else was injured. The area remains closed for further investigation. Yeah, this was April. Where did I just see it?
Self-immolated.
Oh,
He lit himself on fire in protest.
Can I just say, so I
April
just
23rd.
So I just want to point this out. This is probably our most lit podcast episode.
God.
Fucking A.
You. No, fuck you. You're losing you're losing your microphone privileges. Oh my God. Come on.
That's it. Like, forgetting the pun. This is probably, like, for me, one of the more interesting podcast episodes that we've done. We've I don't think we've had a moment where we stopped talking.
I know, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We've kind of flowed through this episode,
and now I've ruined the flow.
Having a special guest on helps.
Yeah,
The second you mention it.
Oh my God.
Primal Goddess, like, really?
Donald with the puns.
You
could say it's casting an ember.
Oh my God!
Oh.
This was months ago, people. This was just in April.
Too soon.
Listen, we live in America. It's never too soon to give people to make fucking jokes about shit. Okay. Well, fuck.
As soon as you say that you can't joke about something, it becomes the number one joke to talk.
You are absolutely right. They're like, so I am very much one of those people that like, no, comedy has no borders and this and that. But like at the same time,
you have to be
it is the idea of good comedy has no borders. If you're a bad comedian and you make jokes about something too soon, you're a worse comedian.
Yeah.
Like I don't fully understand.
Or you just don't hit it right. And, like, dude, back off.
Two more puns in the chat, floating like ashes in different topics, and I guess you could say it's gone with the wind. Come on, guys. Come on.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear.
Oh my God.
Oh God. But yeah, like anything can be funny.
Yes.
It's very hard, but anything can
There are some things that you really shouldn't joke around about, and there's not and whatnot.
But
it can open up into different like discussions and such.
The point is, they can still be funny, even if just for a little bit before you realize, oh, like that was wrong.
Like,
they can get a chuckle. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not very funny. Now it's
at the end of the day, you got to figure out if it's actually funny, whether or not you laugh. It's like some comedians say that if anyone laughs, it's funny.
Yeah.
But So there's different borders on that.
Yeah.
I think,
And everybody's a little fucked up.
I think
Everyone
the best,
is
Yeah.
the
a little
best
fucked up.
comedy is found in truth. You know,
Yeah.
We're all
the
in
things that
pain. Let's just all laugh about it, though.
like I'll give you a great example of this. We all know like World War II movies like Saving Private Ryan and like all these other things that are loosely based on the events of World War II happening,
Yeah.
but don't contain really any specifically true things right within them.
Yeah.
There is a story, there is a crew of a submarine that I've got to look this submarine up because it's a ridiculous hold on.
Call sign in the chat being like, yep, and I can't make planes or make jokes about or plane jokes as those tend to crash and burn.
Oh god damn you
All right, testing my patience.
well
Good.
but there's this story about like a submarine crew. Hold on.
If you guys ever want to watch me be like absolutely mad, have me play Fall Guys and have somebody grab me in the middle of a
Really?
jump.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 100% gonna do that when we're playing.
Yeah, okay.
Listen,
So-
Dadley, I'm gonna give you shit. I don't know how well you're gonna play, but we definitely gotta play Fall Guys.
We gotta play Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is
We gotta
a
we gotta actually have a bet with it that if we don't get a crown, we have to do something in our next podcast episode.
Hot
I
shot.
really
Hot
don't want to
sauce
play
on.
Fall Guys.
You really
I-
don't want to?
I hate battle royales as
It's not a battle royale.
but it is.
No,
it's
it's not.
But
It's thinning a people. It's thinning a group of 100 down to 1. That's
you like
what a
Vampire
battle
the
royale
Masquerade.
is.
You
Huh?
You liked Vampire the Masquerade.
I mean, I do.
and you were good at it too. You'll probably
Look,
be really good
Look,
at Fall
listen,
Guys.
Listen. I wasn't finished with my point.
Dippy, defend yourself now.
The genre of
Uh-huh.
battle royale, I generally find very unappealing. Like
Yeah.
I don't play Warzone, I don't play Fortnite, I don't play any of these battle royales that stemmed out of the need for the market for a battle royale genre. I can appreciate that the genre exists, but it has to be done right. Vampire the Masquerade is a good battle royale because
Okay.
it's not too big and it's a twist on the concept. It's fun for another thing.
So it's not a battle royale. It's an ultimate knockout. Or the genre
It's the
is
same thing.
yeah, it's the same thing, but it's like a
Same kinda
knockout.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
Either way,
Never mind.
I
It's
could
called
play
Fall
Fall
Guys
Guys.
Ultimate Knockout. I forgot that was bit of the fucking name.
I could play Fall Guys. I would rather not, but if it comes down to it, I will. I have no problem with it.
I don't know if you know this, but Fall Guys also is like connected to charity. And so
Are they
for
really?
everybody that for people that downloaded it, not when it first came out, it made so much money in charity
Oh, yeah, I did
because
hear
like
about that, yeah.
there's donations that were made.
Yeah,
And
they
so-
were doing like, hey, whoever donated the most amount of money at this set time got to like make their own custom skin
Mhm.
and whatnot. They raised like $5 million.
Yeah, I think it was
like,
Ninja and
Yeah.
because I've seen Ninja
Oh wow.
skin. It was Ninja and the Beast. I think that won. And
Mr.
like
Beast?
like Mr. Beast and Ninja, they tied. And they just decided, hey,
Yeah.
we'll just both do skins. So
Oh boy. All right.
ooh,
Thank
buddy.
you so much.
Ooh,
Oh, you made like Thanksgiving in July.
Yeah, sort of.
Almost.
dope.
Okay.
That's the best
Oven
though.
baked chicken.
We were doing
we call that
any
baked
percent for
corn.
the new either race.
stuffing,
But
Cranberry
and
sauce.
cranberry sauce.
I have
Well, thank you
never
so much.
won at Fall Guys unless it was in a group.
I'm gonna eat out here.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you, Mama.
I love you too.
All You're not my mama.
I know. I'm talking to your mom.
Hey, Donna loves you.
So do I. Don't leave me out of this.
All right. But okay, to get back to what I was trying to say before. Donna loves you.
He does.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Here, let me take some of this and I'll just.
Hey, don't mess up my monitor.
Hey, I get it. Now, cooking is love. Like I cook for all my family, and it's the best way that I show love.
So, the thing that I was trying to talk about before, the funniest things can be found in reality.
Mhm.
There is a real submarine crew that in World War II sank a train. So, a train was passing over a railway bridge on the main island of Japan.
Mhm.
The crew of the USS Barb, B-A-R-B, traveled covertly into mainland Japan, stuck to the coastlines to avoid detection.
By the way, Dippy, Ace
found-
says your mom's a queen, so.
Aw. Well, I appreciate that very much, and I'm sure she does too.
Yeah. Okay.
But they
So,
found
a sub-sunk train, got it.
they found along the shoreline of the main island of Japan a railway bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And through the periscope, they saw off in the distance that there was a train coming along the track that was headed towards this bridge. And the USS Barb went, we still have quite a few torpedoes available. So why don't we just... They sent a torpedo off towards this bridge, and as the train was passing over the bridge,
Submarine
the bridge
senpai.
exploded and the train sank into the water below.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
You know what they also did? Was
This
destroy
really
a railroad.
Hmm?
You know what they also did? Destroy a railroad, which is like trafficking, what is it, goods to be able to
Oh, yeah.
defeat other people?
Goods and supplies
Yeah.
were halted on that line because of a submarine.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Like, this is a real thing that existed. And it has like the most confirmed kills of any US sailing vessel in the war.
Wait, what sparked the submarine senpai in the chat?
I don't know.
What?
Bake, Baki,
Baka.
Baka.
Baki?
No, it's Baka. It's Baka. That's just a senpai. No, submarine senpai. What the fuck is this?
What?
What
happened?
in relation
I
to?
don't know. Is it because it shot shit at like a train?
I don't know, but I'm now putting into like the image AI generator submarine senpai.
Oh, God. Please
You
don't.
could say those
You
trades
can't
sunk.
stop me.
You could say those trades sunk.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they did.
I get.
What was it? Have you guys seen the all of Stranger Things?
No, I haven't even started it.
Me neither.
Not into.
It's so
No, I
good. Okay, I need to watch it all again, but I watched the last season and it's so fucking good. But I guess that conversation dies.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
wait.
it does.
You just made me think of this out of nowhere. Who remembers the TV show Deadliest Warrior? Where
Yes.
they would be like, who would win in a fight? Pirates versus Vikings. And they would test like Vikings.
And it's not like pirates weren't also Vikings and Vikings weren't
Yeah.
also pirates. Like the fuck, like they just did the same shit. But
It was such a wild
the
show.
one that I saw was why are you bringing me bread? Is the one that I no, you said bread, okay? So you're okay. You want a slice of bread?
I want some bread.
Yeah.
I want bread.
Those are mop pads, bud.
Bread.
They're okay. Okay, I don't know what my son's doing. I watched what is it? Tongan warriors versus Japanese monks.
Okay, yeah.
And there is this weapon that the monks use that I am obsessed with, and I have my buddy on TikTok like is constantly doing it, and it's the rope.
Oh, is that the comet?
Yeah, it's the comet.
Yeah.
But theirs was a handle and spiked chain.
Ooh.
And then like had a weight at the end of it. So it did the same thing, but it worked kind of like a whip and stuff. And they would use their cloaks to be able to kind of cover up from getting torn apart. And like they had this move where they would go prone onto the ground and flip it around them, like spin it like a jump rope, and they jump up and down and like put it up and down. And they determined that would be one of the things that would like end the fight. Because the warrior wouldn't know what to do.
Okay.
But there was this scene where they use like nunchucks and they just like beat the shit out of something, and then the dude shows up with just like this ping pong paddle type of thing and just cuts the head off, and it's just like dope.
Okay. That was like part of like that weird point in Spike TV, which I don't even think Spike TV exists anymore.
Mm.
Oh
Well,
no,
like-
It does. Spike TV is now Paramount TV.
really?
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Spike TV had the wildest shit, like 1,000 Ways to Die. Obviously, was like the one everyone.
You know what my
watched.
favorite Spike TV show was?
Oh God.
The World's Most Amazing Videos,
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was just like
which is
compilation.
tame by Spike TV standards, but it was my
Yeah.
favorite.
I being a young boy at the time, a young teenage boy, liked Mansers the
Mhm.
most. Mansers would just like the episode would start and you hear the voice being like, "Well, how would boobs react in space?" And my 14-year-old brain is like, "Yeah, how
Oh
would
my
boobs
God.
react to space?" Like,
Yeah, these sacks of fat. I'm kidding. God.
Mansers was awesome, but Mansers also has now led me to something I will never forget,
Mhm.
which is if you ever need to use the bathroom in public, the stall closest to the door is the least used stall, so it's normally the cleanest.
Mm. Mythbusters tested that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Trying to think of the
Uh,
other
It turned
Spike
out to be true.
What
It
is-
turned out to be true.
What are some old school shows that aren't on anymore that we miss?
Dog fights.
Excuse me?
Excuse the fuck out of me?
What?
Listen.
You need clarification here, sir. Because because there's current football players that get fucked up with that.
You came to that so strong.
Okay.
Dog fights.
Okay. Listen. Trying to think.
Charmed.
Okay. Dog fights. One word. No space, no hyphen, no nothing. Dog fights.
Mhm.
A dog fight can be defined in historical terms
Oh,
as a
yeah.
battle in the air between airplanes.
Oh, okay.
So, my brain has always, excuse
Oh
me,
my god.
been my brain has always been attracted to things that move.
Hmm.
Tanks, planes, trains, cars, motorcycles,
Horses.
to a lesser extent, boats and helicopters and stuff like that, right?
We need to have Drunk on here just so Dippy can ask all of his like plane questions, because Drunk has a pilot's license and
Right.
he flies like on the regular.
But oh my god, good shows in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Cyber Chase. I
What are
wouldn't
old
watch
shows
that.
Liberty
that don't
Kids!
old shows that don't exist anymore that we miss? Has Been Hotel.
Mhm.
Ugh. Oh my
Burp
God.
Power
Anyway,
610
Also,
needs more
Dippy,
that
tone.
one's
know-
not a 6. Come on. Anyway,
I agree. It
dog
was more of a
fights.
4, but yeah.
real yes, a real so in 2007, what an amazing year, by the way. We can get back to that, but 2007, a show by the name of Dogfights premieres on History Channel.
Mhm.
And it is a computer graphically animated show
Mhm.
that reenacts air battles from World War II. Some of the first episodes were like, oh, like a specific kind of plane versus another specific kind of plane, or in a specific era of war, like World War I or the beginnings of the Korean War or whatever it was. But it focused on the planes fighting each other, you know,
Mhm.
and the pilots behind them. A lot of the pilots that were still alive at the time that they were filming the show were brought on and interviewed about it. And overall, it was such a good show. It was one of my favorite shows growing up, period.
Mhm.
So, Dippy, I have good news for you.
What's that?
All the episodes are on YouTube.
And
And
I've
not-
been watching them.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, they're not
That's
even
why-
bootleg.
that's
That's
why
why
I
he
was
was so
deciding
quick
to
to be able to
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been watching a lot of Pokemon recently with my son, and we've just been loving that and old school Sonic the Hedgehog, not Sonic X, but old school
Oh,
Sonic
see,
the Hedgehog.
Sonic X is where it's at for me.
Yeah, I know, and it's like I get it. It's really, really good. But if you've
Yeah.
never watched like the original Sonic cartoon from back in the 90s, like I remember watching all like. So I have a like.
Wait,
I
is
have
it-
such a connection to it because the day that they had like a marathon of all the episodes, and like it was just an all-day marathon of Sonic the Hedgehog, the original cartoon. I was deathly ill
Oh.
And I
yeah.
was like running a fever of like 101, and I was stuck at home. And I remember like going in and out, and the only thing that made it so like worth it, like waking up, was just being like, Sonic. And so I'm now able to watch it, and my son freaking loves Sonic the Hedgehog. Dude, I watched the Sonic 2 with him in theaters. It was the first movie.
I took my kid to go see Sonic 2 as well.
It's his first theater movie that he went to, and sat through the entire thing just in awe. Like, I let him hold the popcorn, I let him hold the soda, and I'm just like, dude, I'm so happy that my kid loves something that I love. Like, I'm just making another nerd. It's like, fuck yeah.
That's where I'm at right now, because my kids are getting into Pokemon. Like, my son whips my ass at the Pokemon card game constantly. He's just able to pick it up and whatnot. My oldest son, at least.
This is my daughter's Care Bear that she got, or this is what she got for her birthday. Yeah, Build-A-Bear that she picked out herself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my daughter is falling in love with Pokemon as well. Yeah. She just likes the cute things, though. My son loves the fucking battles. Yeah, also, absolutely. I watched the original Pokemon. They did not have any of the rules figured out for the anime.
Oh, no, not at all.
Pikachu having 6 fucking turns, or 6 different rules, or moves? Like, the fuck?
The anime has never matched the
No, like, the new ones do. Like, they're starting to actually match and work with it, and they now, like, adjust and such, but yeah.
Here's a question. I don't know if we've asked this on the show before, but favorite evolution?
Ooh. I have to say.
Mine?
Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, you go. No,
you're the Pokemon expert. Go, fuck it.
Well, one of you pick.
So I'm gonna say 2 because I am like nerdy competitive. My favorite to use competitively is Espeon. I like the ability Magic Bounce so much. Psychic's a really good stab. But overall, my favorite is Umbreon. Like, I'm dark and gloomy, and it has the best shiny, and fucking nobody can prove me wrong. It has the best shiny out of all the.
You go after people that kind of look like Umbreon, don't you? Like, you like big hair.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny.
You've dated a lot of redheads in your life, haven't you?
See, I think.
Deadly.
Out of all the evolutions that currently exist, my favorite would have to be Leafeon. I love the design. See, I will reveal something about myself here. I have always preferred Pokemon for their designs, not for their competitive stats or abilities or anything like that, because I love the way that things look. That's why I became a video and film major, is because I want to make things that look amazing, right? So when I look at the designs of evolutions, and I see like the original 3 have iconic designs, you can't beat them. They're great. They're like, they're like good, simple designs for evolutions, right?
Jolteon looks like it's made out of construction paper.
I know, I know, but they're iconic. Shut up.
Listen, they were working with what they got, okay?
You get the light and the dark with Espeon and Umbreon. Like, that's a great pair. But when it comes to the designs overall of Pokemon, like, Sylveon is almost a perfect design. I think I love Leafeon more.
I get that, yeah.
And then there's just Glaceon, but we don't talk about Glaceon.
So I'm gonna go with mine, and you guys aren't good.
Glaceon's my second.
So since I was a kid, have loved Jolteon. I've been a huge I loved electric types growing up.
Yeah.
They were dope. They were cool. I liked Voltorb. I liked all of that shit. And I also I liked the Pokemon. Honestly, I had a trend of Pokemon that were just a head and arms and legs. So the fact that Mankey, Primate, is getting a new evolution with this new generation, I'm so fucking pumped, okay? I'm so happy about that. Because Mankey has been one of my things. But I love Jolteon, and then out of the newest ones, I do really like Glaceon as a design.
I didn't realize that Leafeon had the highest defense.
And yes, I have dated a lot of girls with bangs.
Of course.
Yeah. Listen, it's a look. Bangs and a ponytail, fucking, I don't know what it does to me, okay?
I will I feel you did. No. I fucking feel
Wait, did you say
like,
I feel you did? I'm like, what?
No, I was gonna say Dippy.
Come on, guys.
I feel you did, buddy. Sorry, little babes. We're connected.
Focus.
On what?
On something
This is
other
the
than
podcast episode.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, so somebody in chat asked, what evolution are you, though? Like, it might be not your favorite. Like, what evolution do you think you are most like?
See, let me look at base stats for this again.
I feel like I'm Vaporeon because I'm the most fuckable.
Moment of
You know
silence.
that lull in the conversation you were talking about earlier? This is that moment. This is that moment.
Call sign Frosty. Can we not go down that rabbit hole of pigtails?
Oh
No.
my god.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh god.
Honestly,
No,
out of all the evolutions, I'm probably just an Eevee.
Really?
I would say looking at
Like,
base
I have a
stats,
lot of different things that I like to do,
I get
looking,
that, yeah.
looking at base stats.
but I'm also
would-
not great at anything. So
Looking at base
Take
stats,
that back. You're
I would
amazing.
either be Leafeon or Vaporeon just because I feel like I have a really high defense and or a really high health.
you get real defensive real quick.
How dare you?
For example.
Hey! So we're approaching 2 hours.
Dono, you sound basic. I am basic. I'm a dad and I'm fat and I have a beard.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I have to get the thumbnail snapped. Hold on.
Yeah.
We didn't do that at the beginning.
Everybody do something weird.
Hey, wait a minute. We need one more person in here. Hey, mom. Mother,
Mother.
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 Get in here.
Violence.
please.
Mother.
Ah! The
Mother.
meatloaf!
Violence.
Mother. This is my thumbnail.
Sadly, you're
take a
Vaporeon because
screen
you
grab
always
for the
want to be at the
video.
beach. Facts. I do love
So-
going. I'm at the beach almost every day.
This is my thumbnail picture. It will
No,
be.
it's not.
Yes, it
Pull
is.
your
Let it
shirt down.
be.
Oh God.
Let it be.
I have nothing.
It's
happened.
just pop his collar.
Just do it. Just do it, Dippy. My hat smells terrible.
Okay.
apparently. I need to wash this thing. I don't think I've ever washed a hat in my life.
Tell
now
me
that I think
what-
about it.
And mom's the only normal looking one.
Dippy, can I stop yet?
Dippy, are we
What?
done? Dippy,
good?
are we done?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
Wait, let me save it first.
Oh
and then
God.
Okay.
Oh my god, my hat gave me emo hair.
Look at that.
Where are you?
But
And
I had a
I'm so
friend growing up in high
sorry.
school that would wear a hat because he liked, like, right in the morning after taking a shower, because he liked how his hair looked like as hat hair.
Oh God.
I don't like that.
I had a-
I am gonna leave the emo hair for the rest of the.
And the reason why is
little bit.
because it would make it flat and then give him little curls. And he liked that.
He like looking like a jellyfish. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
There was a point in time where I thought my hair looked good, like when I just wetted the comb and then just brushed it through my hair and then didn't dry my
I
hair.
think every boy had this at least once in their life.
Where they just
Yeah,
like wet the comb, they brush the hair, they like, oh, that looks good like that, and then
Yeah.
they don't dry the hair, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
And then throughout the day, it looks like shit because it dries off. And then you're like,
yeah, and it's just like, oh no.
It's like, if you want the wet look, you got to get wet gel, okay?
Yeah, yeah. I'm so
So-
glad I stopped styling my hair. It just takes so long.
Yeah.
We're coming to the end. We're coming to the end of the episode.
Are we? I
Are we?
mean, naturally.
I mean,
are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
this
2
is-
hours is a good length for an episode.
Hour and
so-
45 minutes is what we're getting to right now on recording.
Oh right, yeah, because we had a
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, by the time we finish our advice and whatnot, it will be.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, so let's go ahead and close this out with our usual stuff. Every episode of the Dapper Podcast, every single person in the podcast gives a piece of life advice. It can be a joke, it can be real. It's life advice. Like one of Dadley's pieces of life advice was like, don't throw yourself in a garbage can or something like that.
I had a friend
I've
that
said
slept
some-
that fell asleep in a garbage can.
Yeah, don't fall asleep in a garbage
I'm-
can.
I'm
is what
that friend.
pieces of-
Yeah. Okay, then you're my second friend to be able to do that. He was in, can I also say that he was in a full suit and tie? He
Good
just
for him.
decided to
Oh my
walk in,
God,
and like it
really?
wasn't like he was laying down. He was in a horizontal trash can, crouched down, and fell asleep for like a good hour. And he just, and then got up, and he's like, "Oh
He
shit!"
Wait, and then fell asleep.
Yes,
In a
exactly.
suit
Really?
and tie.
Really quick, no context, like just rapid fire. What is the weirdest place you've fallen asleep at?
Weirdest place you've fallen asleep?
Yeah,
On the floor of my apartment.
that's okay.
Like I was,
Stop.
like you were here for this, because I think this was the time that I let you have the bed, and I was like, I'll just sleep on the couch.
Oh.
And then I started to fall asleep on the couch, and then I was like, I'm not comfortable. And then I like put my arm over, then I put my other arm over, then I put my leg over, and I was on the floor. And then
Yeah.
as I was laying on the floor, I'm like, this is nice. And then I passed out and I fell
Okay.
asleep. and it was just
God.
like
Don,
that was what was comfortable for me.
So-
what about you?
Okay, so it's good that you went second because I'm a very particular sleeper. I have to sleep on a bed with like just minimal clothing if I can, because I get hot. And yeah, I like listen, I will keep myself up if I'm not in those situations. And so yeah, I don't fall asleep in weird ways. I have though been so exhausted that I just was like on my bed in college, and I was just like on my phone, and then I woke up 8 hours later completely clothed
Yep.
and with the light on. I'm like, I've never fucking done that in my entire life.
Fair enough.
I'll make mine quick. I have fallen asleep in the bushes outside of a college that I don't know anyone who went to that college.
Oh God. Mother?
I don't know a single soul.
Attempting to watch a meteor shower years ago, I fell asleep in the reclining lawn chair trying to watch the sky.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not really weird. That's just
It's just kind of like that. Yeah.
It's not a bad. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Weirdest. No, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, was that the life advice for the day, or do we have?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
that was just like a fun
let's-
thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's just do some quick life advice.
Yeah.
Who wants to go
Right.
first?
Mother,
Rock, paper, scissors? Oh.
did the special guest go first?
Oh, yeah, go. You're right. Ladies first.
Again, doesn't have to be real advice if you feel like making a joke.
be patient and be kind,
Perfect.
Solid. That was good.
especially these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Sorry.
Well, now I want to follow that format. Be fully clothed
When you leave your apartment.
and be gentle with others. You don't know what they're going through.
All right. I'll make mine quick. When we were talking about relationships, there wasn't a good chance for me to butt this in, but it's also solid advice. The best relationship advice I ever heard is remind yourself, same team. You and your partner are on the same team, no matter what the problem is. It's you guys versus the problem. And all this clicked in my head really well because I always looked at fights and relationships as winners and losers.
Oh,
That is so bad. It's so negative. You can't do that. I had to grow out of it.
Mhm.
And the thing that really changed it for me was if you feel like you're always winning fights, that means you're dating someone who you perceive as a loser.
Mhm.
You can't do that. That is very toxic and bad. So
Damn.
the best advice I ever heard was remember you're on the same team.
Mhm. If you can't
Because
be
she's
yourself,
always-
be a bee.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a B.
Yeah. I'm a bee. I'm a bee. Okay. That's. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
wait, was that?
Yeah, that was my life advice.
What was
Can't-
it? I missed it.
If you can't be yourself, be a bee.
Oh,
I thought that's why you guys were laughing.
no, because okay,
Yes, that's why.
That's
we were
why we were
exactly.
laughing.
You're so
Yeah.
nice to me. Thank my soul. God damn.
Dadley heard what we were saying.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
all right.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
guys, that'll just about do it for this episode. Come back next week when Dadley has the topic for the episode.
Mm-hmm.
picked out
Yes.
and ready to go.
Oh, I'm already good. Yeah.
All right. And until then, your adventure matters. Roll for initiative and stay dapper.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.